So I'm actually making my way down into the crater of the volcano now. The walls are pretty steep and there's a lot of loose material, so I have to go very carefully and very, very slowly. Yeah, I'm beginning to think it was not a good idea to come down in here. I'm almost at the top, and this is testing my fitness to the extreme. Wow. If you're not fit, well, I'm not going to recommend that anybody attempts this. You do this at your own risk. Hello everyone, I'm on another hike of La Soufriere 2024. The last time I was like more than 2 years ago. I think sometime in early 2022. I'm here again with some folks from Fancy to see how things have changed. Well, I want to see how things have changed, if at all, since the last time I was here. So, we'll see. This hike today is pretty brisk, and we're now coming up to a riverbed. We've been walking for just under 20 minutes, and we are already at a riverbed, which is pretty much a full stop. I guess we're gonna stop here and wait for the other folks to catch up to us.
Yes, everybody.
Wow.
We didn't be sweat yet.
That was like 20 minutes straight uphill. Wow, that's really intense. So we're at the second rest stop. We've been at it for like 45 minutes, at least the walk in itself 45 minutes, which is pretty quick. They've rehabilitated the trail. A lot of it, the steps have been put back in place, so it's pretty helpful.
A lot of business here, a lot of politics here, a lot of...
Yes, I made it. There she is. Beautiful La Soufriere, the highest point in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. 4,048 feet or 1,234 meters. Very easy figures to remember. It's a really great hike. It's very overclouded. There's a little rain coming in, but when you're this high, rain is rain and fog. So there's some fog coming in from the east coast there, and just over on that side, if you go far enough, you get to Chateaubelair and Richmond on the western side of St. Vincent. So if you ever get a chance to come to St. Vincent, make sure you come and visit this lovely lady called La Soufriere. Okay, so I've been to La Soufriere a few times. This is the third time since the eruption, but I've never actually been down into the crater.
All the way from Antigua. Meet up with this wonderful journalist.
So we're gonna try to go down into the crater and see what it's like down there. We're literally on the rim of the volcano.
It's just yesterday.
Literally on the rim.
Brown guy.
When I over there, I look over here and I see money they're working upon this.
Wow. So now, this is the leeward side of St. Vincent, the western side. We just came across the volcano, and yeah, we've moved from one side of the island to literally the other side. This is Richmond. The sky that you're seeing on the mountain there is the famous quarry, and the small island is Islet. It's just off Chateaubelair. It's beautiful. I mean, St. Vincent and the Grenadines is just such a beautiful country. Just look at that. Just wonderful. We are actually walking down towards in the direction that you would come if you're coming from the leeward side. So what we're going to do actually is that we're just going to take a look around, walk around the volcano a little, see how much we can explore, because it's a really, really beautiful day. I mean, the sun is out. It was a little cloudy earlier on. Well, it's somewhat still a little overcast, but the sun has come out in its glory. Still quite a few clouds around, but the thing is, it's not very cold today. Sometimes when you come up here, there's a lot of fog. The fog might just set on the mountain, and then it becomes pretty chilly, especially if it's windy. But thankfully it's not windy today at all. Just a very, very gentle breeze that you're feeling every so often. And because we're at elevation, it's pretty cool. So we're just taking a walk around and see what is there to be seen on this beautiful mountain. It's a very beautiful mountain, but it's also very scary too. When you think of the potential of this volcano and what it put on display in 2021, then you know she is to be admired but also respected. So you're going up a relatively steep incline to make it along the crater of the volcano. It's pretty tough going, but I have a beautiful view all around. So this is what I was talking about when I talk about the fog. The fog has come in, and it's pretty difficult to see very far ahead. But you can see one person behind me in yellow. What about ahead? Can you see the person in white? The fog is lifting a little, I can see. Now I can see clearly, maybe more than 500 feet. Before you go further in this video, there are a few things I must say. This hike took place on September 7, 2024, before the last warning about higher than normal temperatures at La Soufriere volcano. I later learned that my group might have been among the first to go into the innermost crater of the volcano after the 2021 eruption. I claimed this as no prize. There were several risks inherent in going so far into the crater of the volcano that we had not planned for. Since I'm a journalist sharing my experience hiking the volcano, allow me to warn you of the dangers of hiking in areas of steep terrain and loose, unstable material. You can fall and injure yourself in the crater of a mountain that is over 4,000 feet high. There is a risk of getting burnt in the crater, given that some areas of the volcano are extremely hot. Remember that steam is around 100 degrees Celsius. There is also the risk of being overcome by volcanic gases. Some of the sulfur-rich gases can give you a headache, while others that might not be detectable, such as carbon dioxide, could pool and cause more serious problems. Finally, the three people who went into the crater of the volcano are in pretty good physical shape. One is a Royal Marine who is a professional marathon runner, and I do resistance and cardio training at least 3 times a week, but the hike was still a challenge for me. Evaluate your fitness level before climbing La Soufriere. But having said all of that, I hope that you enjoy this video. So I'm actually making my way down into the crater of the volcano now. The walls are pretty steep and there's a lot of loose material, so I have to go very carefully and very, very slowly. Just look at the colors on these rocks. Very beautiful, a nice shade of blue. So I'm about halfway from the rim to the floor of the crater. And just to give you an idea of how far I've come, that's it there. And I'm hoping to reach all the way down there. There's one of the members of our group is down there, and I just heard him say, "Oh, I don't know how we're gonna get out, but we're down here." And that's true. I was just looking as well. How are we gonna get out? But when you're on the other side, it seems very clear how you can get in and get out. But now that I'm down in here, and from this perspective, it's not that clear. You can actually hear like a kind of, how do I describe it? Maybe a little like boiling or steaming sound coming from in there. It sounds a little like wind blowing through trees. It's a very gentle sound. So I'm actually on the floor of the crater all the way down. It's a pretty steep descent, and that's what it looks like. Our colleagues up there, that's where we came from. Can you see them? Maybe not. But they're right up there on this ridge top. Let me see. They're not in view. Well, they're barely in view. Yes, you can see them there. A little to the center of the screen to the top. They're moving across there. And we came all the way down. There's no path there. You just have to make your way down carefully. There's a lot of loose material there, so when you're coming down, you have to go very slowly and very carefully and very deliberately. But the view inside, I think, is worth it. Okay, so this is Mr. Andrew Stay. He's my upperclassman at St. Vincent Grammar School. I haven't seen him in years, but we happened to chance upon each other for this hike. Andrew,
Hey.
what are your
Yeah,
thoughts?
it's good, man. It's good. Just met him Kenton. Hike up. Took about an hour and a half to get up here. And now we're down in the crater, down in the center. It's a bit hot up here at the moment, but it's a little bit of rain cooling us down. But hey, we're having a good time. I think really good day. Really good to be at sunshine. It's getting a bit foggy now, but it's one of the best days of being up here. It's good, really good.
And you braved the way. You were the first one to come down. What was it like coming down?
I was trying to encourage it, just trying to get everyone to come down. Well, I think about 10 of us started. I mean, about 3 of us actually made it down into the crater. But hey.
But the question I have to ask you though, how are we gonna get out?
That's the thing. It was well, there's not really a path really, so it's just I think it's gonna be pray for us, hopefully.
All right, cool, man.
We'll find a way out. We'll find a way out.
Indeed, we must.
Yeah.
So this is me, Kenton Chance, inside the crater of La Soufriere. I don't know how I'm going out back, but me reaching. Now ask me how I come back out, but me reaching. I don't know how I'm gonna get back out, but I'm inside. Yeah, beautiful La Soufriere. So when you come to La Soufriere and you look down and you see this thing inside, this is what it looks like from close up. The smell of sulfur, of course, is extremely strong here. So this is in the middle of this of the crater, towards the middle of the crater, and this is the crater rim around here. And remember, I'm not a geologist, so if I don't use the correct terms, please forgive me. I only did geography for 3 years in grammar school. So this is what remains of the original plug that was in the volcano before the 2021 eruption. This will give you a sense of how massive this eruption was. So the volcano blew away all except this part of that original plug, plus all of the material that had effused before it erupted explosively in April 2021. And based on my experience covering this volcano, I always say that volcanoes, or this volcano, is a very powerful and dangerous thing. So there's one level here. Like this one now is the basement. Wow.
You see the some plant. Is that plant?
You know, the more you get to see this place, the more amazed you are by it. I mean, to see it.
Is that plant over there? That bit of green.
Where?
Just. Yeah, it's right in the center. See a bit of.
And this is to show you how powerful nature is, and life can survive in the most unlikely of places. 4,000 feet above sea level, and you have ferns growing on volcanic soil. We're gonna try to make it out of the crater up this way. This is the way that we came down, but I must tell you, it looks a lot steeper from down here than when we were coming down. Yeah, I'm beginning to think it was not a good idea to come down in here. But let's see how it goes. So, I'm almost at the top. And this is testing my fitness to the extreme. Wow. If you're not fit, well, I'm not going to recommend that anybody attempts this. You do this at your own risk. But do not do it unless you're fit. Unless you're in pretty good shape, do not attempt it. That is where I came from, making my way up slowly up the mountain. And if you look here, you'd see like there's a gut here. That water, I presume rainwater would fall in. And I'm walking up in that track and up to the top of the mountain. That's Andrew up there. He's almost to the top. So it's time for me to put away this phone and get up. I'm the last one because I stopped a few times to take videos. I made it. I made it. Oh my Lord. Yeah, I made it. We're back to the top. That's Andrew there. Andrew is a Royal Marine. So fitness is a requirement for his job. So I don't think I've done too badly as a journalist. What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh, that was a hard climb.
It was indeed.
Hard climb.
Really
It's
tough.
good. Having some breadfruit and
And dried coconut.
yeah, I need it.
Earlier on when I was in the lower levels of the crater, I was saying that it's like an apartment building, and this is what I'm talking about, because after all that climbing that I did, and look, I'm still in the crater, another level of the crater with another wall there. So this is to try to give you a sense of just how deep this crater here is at La Soufriere volcano. And this is what it looks like from above. That is a piece that remains from the pre-2021 eruption. And this is the crater from above. So we're back where we could actually see the Windward Trail again. It was a really long walk from all the way down there and deep into the crater. You see how flat this area in the center of your screen looks? It looks as if you can drive a vehicle on there, but you might remember what it looked like when I was down in the crater, how big the boulders are. Okay, so after a lot of walking, we're back to where the hike normally ends.
I was there.
You didn't go down in the crater though.
Boy, that cramp.
Yeah, it was a really tough walk from all the way down in that crater. Yeah, tough going in, tough coming out, boy. But thankfully from here, it's all downhill until we're going up from What do you call that area? We're going up to the parking area. Just a small area is uphill, right?
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, but the rest of it is all downhill. So, we are on our descent now, well and proper. The way is really uneven. So yeah, I have to pay close attention to what I'm doing and make sure I don't put too much pressure on my knees and cause myself to get an injury and what have you. I expect maybe a little bit of muscle ache, but nothing really beyond that. So I think when I'm back down, I'll let you know. So once you come to climb La Soufriere, you have to prepare for the rain. There's a strong possibility that you will get rain, whether on the way up, on the way down, or while you're at the summit. We're on our way down, we're on our way to Riverbed, and there's a really heavy shower of rain coming down. So we're back at Riverbed. The people who you don't see, they're gone already. But it's not like the hell rain. So those who you don't see, they don't gone. You know, one heavy shower of rain, man. When you're in this area, you have to expect that. Yeah. We've been at this for 6 hours and 53 minutes at least. Yeah.
I didn't count on my house.
6 hours and 53 minutes. Yeah. Charles, you surprised? Remember we came up here like after 7, you know? Yeah. So we're on the home stretch. Almost there. After 7 hours plus of hiking, we are back at Bamboo Range. Well, almost back. So after a few false climaxes, because the bends and twists and turns in the road and the trail, they all seem the same, and sometimes you don't know whether you're going the right way. Well, you know you're on the track, but you don't know exactly where you are from where you're going. We're finally there. We've hiked for 7 hours and 20 minutes at least, but we are back to Bamboo Range. It's been a really long and intense hike, and one I would not advise you to attempt unless you're really, really fit. If you're not fit, don't try this.